We're not dead yet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the phoenix that rose above the ashes and flames from 3 months ago. Welcome, my friends, to the Gaming Galleon. I'm Captain Raz, and I couldn't be happier to be back with you guys. Can you believe it? Oh my god, look, I love video games. I love sitting around just, playing video games. But it's an empty feeling to just play video games when you used to live them. Like what we used to do every week, in and out, for so long. I don't even know where to put this thing anymore. So I don't know about you, but I'm dying to get on to another adventure, and we have one for you today. We're going to be celebrating the Game Boy, and we're going to be celebrating a little franchise you may know as Final Fantasy. But this is a Final Fantasy like you've never seen. This is Final Fantasy Legend. This is a trilogy of games that were made for the Game Boy. Now, you remember the Game Boy, right? You remember the Game Boy? You still got one, right? You still got one in your school desk? How about at work? You got one sitting in your office desk? Maybe inside the potted plant or something? I mean, you can put them anywhere. You can even put them around your waist if you're lucky enough to have one of these guys. Take a look at this. 1993 technology here. If you don't believe me, the tag's still on it. Made by Nintendo, supposedly. It says Nintendo all over it. I don't know if that's true. But I found this one day. Are you seeing what's going on here? It's a Game Boy belt pack that would fit around there if you weren't, you didn't have all the ballast I did. You could probably fit this around the waist of a dog, and tell me that wouldn't be hilarious. You've got a couple compartments for games. It fits maybe one game, maybe two. What do we got in here? F1 race and Cubert. Hey, can't go wrong with Cubert, right? And then, of course, the fat Game Boy here, where you put the Game Boy in. And if you can't see what all this craziness is, that's actually Super Mario Land, which really leads me to believe this was an actual Nintendo product. I don't know, though. Pretty crazy, huh? The Game Boy had all kinds of weird stuff like that, didn't it? Let me show you another one. I just got this today. This is one of these things that you pass on 10 million times until you find it for the right price. I happened to find it for $5, and I had some trade-in credit to blow. So I was like, we've passed on this thing enough. It's time to finally seal the deal. You've, of course, got your Game Boy. Can I even pull this thing out? No, we're just going to show you the whole kit and caboodle. And here I am, stupid enough to unplug everything. Get that back in here. Alright, here we go. By Interact, you have the Handy Boy. What happened here, huh? You got a magnifying glass. You got two big boombox speakers. You got this wire that plugs into the head port jack. And while you're playing, you're dealing with that wire the whole time. And then, of course, there's even some light up action. Now I put 4 batteries into this thing and plugged it in. There's like every input that you can think of. This thing uses the Game Boy. But then on top of it, I turned on the Game Boy. I don't remember how to turn on the Game Boy. Here it is. I turned on the Game Boy. We're getting some gameplay. So I'm like, is this thing even on? No, I'm not getting gameplay. I don't know. I think I screwed it up already. But let me show you what it does. You actually need a third AC adapter, an AC adapter to make this thing run. So this is a portable system that gives you increased audio and increased visibility. So I have to turn these on. Got my power on. Wait, I take the batteries out? Do I actually have to plug this thing in? Does it not read batteries if this is happening? Alright, so don't worry. I had the boys install an extension cord so we can check this thing out. Now take a look at it. Oh yeah. So this thing overrides the batteries. It won't start up until it's plugged in ready to go. There you go. We got Castlevania 2 in there. Belmont's Revenge. And you know, it's funny. We can actually see it, can't we? And the sound on this thing... That's foreboding. It's pretty darn good. There's a little stage select here. We'll pick the Crystal Castle. Listen to that. Not bad at all, huh? Hey, get in there, Belmont. Let's hear some music. There we go. So there you go. Pretty funny stuff. You're never going to be able to take it anywhere. It's far from portable. But you can turn on the light. You can turn off the speakers. Pretty funny. Alright, so there you go. So, you know, the Game Boy had all kinds of stuff like this. A whole bunch of unknowns. And the Final Fantasy Legend series is even more so. This game's full of, like, stuff that either you saw in the later Final Fantasies or you never saw again. And that's what I want to show you today. These are great games. You can get them somewhere around $10 mostly. And, you know, pop it in a Retron Vive. You've got yourself a really high-end RPG. Or even on the go. I've been playing this on my SP. This is what I really use. Been really using this guy to play this. You know, a nice light-up SP. These are great games. So let's take a look at Final Fantasy. We find ourselves in the Great Desert. And that's what's outside. A blustery desert. Now, you probably hear a lot of ship's engines going on. That's for things like, we got to keep some of the delicate pieces below deck cool. So the air's on, and there's also just a lot of blustering going outside the ship right now. Out there in the Great Desert. It is vast. And we sit just outside the vastness of the desert in a town, but the town's actually occupied by enemies. So let's get started, okay? It's allow me to don the harp of transition. Nice to see you, pal. Welcome back. We got booty coming up, one hell of a booty segment, and of course we even have some questions left in the mailbag, the bag that tells no tales. We'll be getting to all that in the next hour. But we better get started. What do you think, huh? It's Final Fantasy Legend 2. All three of them are really good, but Final Fantasy Legend 2. For the original Game Boy. Alright? Let's get started, folks. See if I remember how to do this. Could use some game audio. And straight to gameplay. What RPG would be... Oh, let me get some phones. Can you get some headphones? Hook your brother up. Oh, yeah. You hear that? I hope you guys can hear that. I can hear that. I don't know how hot it's going to be on your end. Remember, we're still working out the kinks here, okay? So, let me know. You know, send me a bottle. Say, hey, Jackass, give me some more gameplay audio. In the future, we'll work on that for you. But for now, what RPG would be complete without hanging out at the end? And I want to show you who's in our party. Now, this game's great. There's actually 4 different races you can be. Humans, mutants who are a little more magical. Humans, basically, you can do anything. They're the, you know, very flexible, the all-arounders of the RPG world. You've got mutants who are a little more attuned to magic and learning special abilities. Like, they're actually like the X-Men. As you level them, they'll just learn out of, you know, off the wall powers, just randomly. You've got robots, you know, you can arm them to the teeth, lots of armor, of course. And then finally monsters, and we'll talk about monsters later, the monster class. But before we go out to the end, we better heal up. And I want you, even here, we're seeing RPG conventions stretched. Look at what we're doing here. The price here, it's not a flat rate. It's 1 gold per hit point. So she's totaling that up to our entire party here for 133 gold. All right, well we'll do that. Oh, sorry, I'm not leaving yet, baby. All right, there we go. So everybody's healed up. Let's take a look at our party respectively. Another reason I picked this as kind of our comeback game is I've been spending a lot of time with crewmen that mean a lot to me. And let's take a look at them real quick. You've got the Hodor Nation up in the front. I think he's got a shield. He's got himself a shield and a longsword. He's actually got a Colt 45. Yeah, that's right. There's like modern day weaponry in this thing. I gave Hodor a Colt because he's from Texas. We got Mary, who doesn't know the dirty pirate hooker, always at my side. She's going with a rapier, and she's got a little martial art on her side too. Whenever she gets disarmed, or maybe she's dealing with somebody with who needs to be bludgeoned a little bit more than poked. Maybe he's got some plate mail. That's not going to work, so knock him over on his butt. You got myself. I've just running with a hammer, and I also I'm holding on to all the potions in the party. Eventually, I'd really like to get me doing some spells, but we're not there yet. And then finally, Angry Hoosier, my buddy from up north in Indiana. He's got himself a bow and an axe, and he's also got himself a beautiful silver encrusted helm to protect that noggin of his. He's only got a hat on. Alright, so there we go. There's our party. Now, pretty boring, Raz. Why'd you pick all humans? Well, we're pirates. I really wanted to go into this game and take pirates all the way through, so that was my plan. And we're going to step outside here, and we're going to do a little shopping. I wanted you to see the other kind of cool stuff you can buy in this game, but chances are we're going to get attacked. Because where we are right now... Oh, look, we got lucky. Is actually enemy territory. Now, what does she sell? She's selling just some armor. Some silver armor, nothing big. Some potions. Typical stuff you see in Final Fantasy. Eye drops and anti-curse. But if we come up here to the weapon shop, we've got some interesting things to look at here. That's with the rapier that Mary's rolling with. We got a whip. None of us have used a whip. A sai knife. Now, I don't know what that would do. Who knows? You don't know until you experiment with this stuff. And we've even got a couple of guns here. This is where we bought the Hodor Nation is Colt. So, why pick one of these different weapons? The cool thing about this game is, if you'll notice, we're buying 50 Colts for $1,400. No, you're not buying 50 Colts. You're basically buying 50 bullets. Every weapon in this game is degradable. Every time you fight, you're spending a little bit of that weapon. I also want you to notice, take a look at here. We've got a couple of humans here, but who's this guy up here? Looks like a puffball. Let's go talk. I don't know what he's going to say. We'll talk to him. Azura's tower is hidden in the sandstorm. Now, Ashura is the big bad guy. And if we go outside of town... Uh-oh, we're in a fight. Whoa! 8 dragons? I've never encountered these guys before. I don't know what to expect. Alright, get your imagination running because it's all up here now. It's all up in your head, these awesome battles. Alright, Hodor, I think you're going to start blasting with the Colt to start. No, you know what? He's gonna defend the team. So we'll have him raise his shield. Mary's going in with a rapier. I'm going to try and bat one of these guys' heads down, and then Hoosh is staying at a distance for now. Hoosier shoots with the bow. It barely does anything to this guy. Mary with a rapier. She's pretty strong. Big hit. Must have went for the throat there. Down in one hit. Myself, I'm getting hit. Guy's biting me. Another worm's biting at me. They're going at me. They can smell the sweat on me. They're also going for Hodor, but Hodor had his shield. I'm surprised that got through at all. Alright, there we go. There's some defense on Hodor's side. Now they're fighting into. Now they're gnawing into Mary. A lot of guys here. How many did we kill? One of them? Oh boy. Let's try it again. Hodor, you're gonna stick with that shield. Keep stabbing. Keep smashing. Pull out that axe. That bow didn't do much. Get in there. There we go. That's better. Yeah! Hoosier takes one down. That's 6. Mary again went for the liver. Very good at dispatching enemies for some reason. Mary's really good. Hodor defends the bite. Oh, but another one comes up behind him and bites him in the butt. They're all over him, but he's still keeping them at bay. I come down with the hammer. I hit him, but he's still hot. Alright, come on. Let's get serious. Pull out your gun. Let's finish these guys out. I need another hammer. My hammer's looking pretty beat up. 74, the worm drops. Hoosier goes in with his axe. Mary's getting bit. You know what we didn't check? We didn't check hit points. I wonder if everyone's okay. Another worm drops. Oh, he missed with his Colt. Alright, I'm going to start healing some people up. I want you to go in with your longsword, Hodor. I'm going to heal up Hodor. Drop him a potion. And then, who's you keep swinging with your axe? Alright, guys, go in. Stab! Bite! Smash! Yeah, there we go! Bite! Oh, Hodor's dropped! We're gonna finish it up. Mary is a critical. I gotta get this potion to her in time. Hoosier's the only one attacking you. Oh, Mary's attacking too. Death throw. Finish him off. Yes! Don't hit Mary! Ugh. Mary's down too. It's just me and Hoosier. There's only one worm left. Go in and finish him. Smash him. Smash him. Smash him to bits. Hoosier comes down with the axe. 37. He bites me, but I'm ready to counterattack. Wow. And that was just one fight. Wow, we got a lot of gold there. That was a lot of gold. I think we have like 5,000 gold. We gotta go back to the inn. And that's just here in town. Again, this lady's gonna charge us 300 gold because it's 1 gold per hit point. You'll notice that everybody's up. As far as I know, no one dies in this game. They just get... as long as somebody survives the round, they can heal everyone. But they are back to level 1 hit points. How we doing on time? Let me see if I remember how to time this stupid show. We did 10 minutes for monologue. We're at 25. No, we started... Okay, so... Right, we started 5 minutes late. So... We got about 5 minutes here. Alright, let's go check out the Great Desert. I want you guys to see that. Oh, one thing I need to see. Do I have another hammer that I can give myself? My hammer's looking not good. What kind of stuff do we have in reserve? We got a couple of long swords and a couple of bows. Well, just hand-raise a longsword. Well, that's the thing. The level up system here. Did you notice there was no experience? We only had gold? That's because the brilliant thing about this game is the more you use anything, it will increase your stat in some way. Now, Hoosier, if we take a look at Hoosier here, Hoosier's a pretty agile guy. He's at 14 agility. That's because he's rocking that bow a lot. And for some reason, the bow gives him agility. Whereas Mary, she's always had her rapier at her side. She's got a lot of agility, too. That's what... apparently, that's why she's doing criticals. Let's see how Hodor is. Hodor's got more strength than anyone because he's just been batting guys down with a longsword. And as for me, I guess I'm pretty strong, too, due to that hammer. But my hammer's looking pretty beat up. So, for now, I'm just going to give myself a safety weapon. A backup longsword. For now. Actually, maybe we should do the bow. Nah, we'll stick with the longsword. Now, you know what? I don't want to do either of these because I'm kind of making this guy kind of a cleric, and clerics don't use edged weapons. So I'll give myself a shield if I'm really out of stuff. We're going to save. This being... Look at how fast it saves. Saves in a second. Good. Alright. So now let's go outside of town. And you'll notice there's not much around us. You see all this here? This is the Great Desert. And there's no going through it. It's just... Look at it. It's just pushing us around randomly. Oh my god, not more worms. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Take these guys down. So we're lost in this desert. Because this desert is actually enchanted by Azura, the head baddie in this world. So what we're going to have to do is go back to that town and try and look for some information. Now they said something about Azura's tower. The question is, where is Azura's tower in all of these dancing waves of sand? So hopefully we can find that out once we take out these worms. Hang in there, baby. One more. Finish him off. Can you see all this going on in your head? Can you see Mary, hitting the guy in the belly? Can you see Hoosier coming up behind one and hitting him right between the wings? That's the great thing about these old games, is it's all in your head. Now what's this? Some worm dropped some meat. Remember how we were talking about how there was monster class in this game? This is a class you never saw in the Final Fantasy games, except for the 3 Legend games, ever. A monster, if he's on your party, can eat the meat of a stronger or weaker monster and take its form. So if we had a monster on our team right now, chances are he'd turn into something really awesome if we fed him baby worm meat. But I don't have anyone on my team like that, so that's a feature what us pirates are not privy to. I have no idea how to get back to this city. We may be stuck in this desert forever, or at least the whole voyage. I don't know. Alright, I do like to try and think out who's the best to attack on. I'm going to have the 2 bludgeoners, Hooge and myself, take out the slime. Mary got that fish right in the throat. Or was that Hodor? Oh, Hodor's still dead. When did that happen? Wait, who's dead? Is it me? Somebody got hurt there. Alright, I need to pass out some potions. I'm gonna heal up Hodor. We'll give one to Mary. Have a drink on me, Mary. Alright, there we go. Again with the saving. It only takes a second, so why not? Oh, did this get us back to the city? Awesome. Alright. Now there's a tavern here in town. We'll stop there. Look at, there's a walking tree here. Monsters are everywhere in this place. We'll have a seat with these monsters. And we'll try and get some information out of them later. But for now, you know what that beautiful out-of-tune sound means, don't you? That means, my friends, it's time for a little bit of booty. You guys down for that? Because let me tell you, not only am I down for sharing a little booty with you guys, I don't think we could have done any better. This is like... It's getting rough out there. It's getting real rough out there. It's to the point where I'm having to figure out the schedules of other sharks just to get there like a day before them. Even if it's a day I don't even want to go. And here we go. It's starting to get cold out. You know, honestly, I'd be happy to just, I usually go early in the morning. Most of these mornings I'm like, oh my God, can I just get through the day and try and go home and play video games? But hey, we got booty to hunt. Now, we've been doing okay. We're good the first couple weeks here. We'll see what happens in the future. But this one, woo doggy! Let me show you this. All right. This is a pawn shop deal. I walked in, and there's this manager I love. Real nice lady, Angie. Really takes care of me. And, I'm sorry, Ashley. And she she's like, I got some games, so let me go in the back and see what I got for you. Now, while she's doing that, there's this other guy, this 20-something guy, who I guess is filling in at that place. And he's like, oh man, you gotta see the stuff I got. Check this out. And he pulls this big stack of really high-end PlayStation 2 games and a couple of really cherry GameCube games. And even a PS1 game that was like, whoa, how did that get here? And I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. That's pretty cool, man. And I'm always trying to play cool. Always trying to play it cool. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why it's so messed up back here, it was Mary's party. We never bothered cleaning. That's pirate life for you. What can I say? Did I have a drink? No, it's gone now. Oh well. I'll drink at the end. Anyway, yeah, so this guy is like, oh yeah, check out all this stuff. And he's like, I'm taking all of it. Taking all of it. And I'm like, oh, really? And it's all good stuff. Most of it I had. Most of it was in the hole, but there was one where I was like, and the PS1 game. Now, I didn't think there'd be any chance of me getting the PS1 game, so I was letting that go to the side. But I did say, hey, is there, what about this game? And he had a Working Designs game. Now, I don't know if you know what Working Designs are, but they were very big at bringing very prolific high-end RPGs from Japan to England, to America, and translating them. So as a result, they did it for the TurboGrafx, they did it for Sega Saturn, and then a little bit in the PS2 era, and then they finally shut their doors, sadly. So there are some PS2 working design games out there, and this happened to be one of them. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, what about that one? You're married to that one? And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, great. But I played it cool. I was like, what are you going to do? He said, hey, you can't have these, though. And he threw these at me. I guess he wasn't in the carts. But he had a copy of Donkey Kong Country and a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2. And what a strange world we live in. What a strange place that old Indianapolis is. That we dock the ship every week. That these are the ones that they just throw out. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to prices soon. But for now, let's talk about what Angie pulled out. Oh, yeah. Now, God, this is incredible. So, as I was waiting, I had a little conversation with that guy, and Ashley's pulling stuff out from the back. And I go to the floor just to see, and there's a lot of games out there, guys. There's a lot of games out there, but they're usually games we already have. They're dollar games, but they're either games we already have or they're like, cooking simulators. But it's to the point where there's really good games out there that are just left because everyone who lives in Indianapolis who cares about these older games has them already. So man, if you're a retro gamer and you want to take a weekend vacation, I suggest here. And just hit some pawn shops, alright? So anyway, among all the forgettable trash, I saw one thing that only someone as crazy as myself about this whole retro game hunting thing would know about. And it's this very sought after little gem. Teen Titans. For the original Xbox by Toy Headquarters. Toy Headquarters was never that great of a company. It made some decent games. Is there a second game in here? I don't know what else is in here. We'll check that in a second. And Teen Titans, it's a TV property. Who cares, right? Well, for whatever reason, the Xbox version of this was in extremely limited quantities. I've only seen it once before. We have it in the hold. But here's a double. And on a good day, this is probably going to run you around $80 online. On a bad day, just the disc, probably around $40. Can you believe it? Here we have a complete copy sitting on a cart in the middle of a pawn shop around a bunch of other schlock. Alright, let's see what the disc looks like, and then we'll look at this mystery disc. The disc is looking used, but certainly playable. Maybe we could clean it up. And as for this other game, oh, how exciting. It's The Incredibles. Nothing incredible about that. Alright, so we'll just put Teen Titans in its little home here. So we got this guy for $1. Pretty hot. Alright? And apparently The Incredibles. Alright, so we already know I already knew we were in good shape. Then I had my little finally Angie comes out. And what does she have for me? Is this all she had for me? Just double check here. Okay, I think she had like a stack of Wii games. Nothing great. I don't know why I picked this up. I actually really don't know why I picked this up. I guess it's just because it's monster trucks and I like monster trucks. And I'm willing to bet she gave me this for $1. But then she pulled out a second bag. And in the second bag, there was like a whole bunch of just non-gaming stuff. And then I don't know where, a stack of 3DS games. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got the new Yoshi's Island. I think we already have that one. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I know we have that one. Pokemon... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Mario Party Island Tour. I hear this is terrible. But I'm willing to pop it in for a cheap price. Pop it in the hole for a cheap price. Marvel Avengers. I don't know. I think I was just grabbing at this point. Marvel Avengers. Lego Marvel Avengers. Pokemon Sun. And then finally, again, that's pretty common. I don't know. It's just always kind of jumped out at me. I thought we were going to get it for a good price. Spirit Camera. Let's see what she did on these. I don't really remember. We've got the... looks like she did those for $3 a piece. Which, you know, that's kind of high, but well, I know we don't have Alpha Sapphire. And we could easily just... pay for it all right here, couldn't we? So I was willing to spend it. So that came out to $18 for all these guys here. All right. So then this guy, Mr. 20-year-old, he's first of all, he's like, I'm like, what are you doing in the 3DS games? She's like, $3. He's like, $3. At my store, we charge at least $10. I don't know if this guy's helping out at this store or what. But you know what? Keep your bad policies at your store, pal. Alright? Meanwhile, he's telling me what a great score is. He's looking through this pile. He's like, hey, check this out. And he pulls the 2 GameCube games that are in this lot. He's like, here we go. We got Metroid Prime. And we got Super Smash Bros. Melee. Dude, this goes for so much money online. I hate these guys. I hate these guys. Can we not bring it to just the price? Now, I'm never going to do a show where I don't tell you the price. I find that boring. If I'm just going to show you a pile of video games, you're going to know the price, as far as my recollection, every time. I find that fascinating. Any guy out there who's showing you video games and isn't willing to tell you the price is a guy I'm just not interested in watching. So you're always going to see that here. But I don't bring that kind of stuff up out there in the wild. Because as soon as you start telling every Yahoo how much money you're making off these games, that's when they start picking them up. And I'd like to think that while I do sell some video games, I sell them so that we can keep video games. Whereas most guys are just trying to sell it. Some of these guys, a lot of these guys are just trying to sell them for $1. And I hate that. Anyway, getting back to this deal. He's like, yeah, I got Prime here. I got Smash. And then he's like... and I said, are you sure you're married to the other ones? And he's like, oh, well, if you want to grab them. I wanted to grab them. He gave me every other game that was in his little lot there that had just come out of the back. And I don't know who dropped these games off. But they had great taste. Let's take a look. What is this? Oh, we got a couple DS games. I guess she had too. Spider-Man Edge of Time. Star Wars 3. I'm guessing she gave me $1 on those? I'm not going to bother looking at it. I don't think she did 3 on those. Alright. So here we are. Got some PS2 games here. I guess I wanted Tekken Tag Tournament 2 also. That would have been $2. Must have grabbed that from the floor. Or maybe when Angie was bringing stuff out, this was the first thing I found from her. I don't know. Got a little murky. But anyway, here's what this guy had. Persona 3. If you're an otaku of any kind, your pants are probably wet right now. Dragon Quest 8, what a great game. Played this one all the way through personally. Very great game. Couldn't leave that behind. Contra Shattered Soldier. Never actually tried this one. I hear it's pretty decent though. And then the one Working Designs game he had that I was really keeping my eye on. This gorgeously, look at that. Look at that. This is the kind of thing that Working Designs would do. They would always dress up their games. A lot of what's the word I'm looking? Pageantry came with their game designs. We've got Grow Lancer Generations. I don't know anything about this game. You can see right there, Working Designs. It looks like it's a strategy RPG. Kind of isometric. But it's serious business. It's got 2 discs in there. Are they both for gameplay? Yeah, looks like they are. So this must be a huge game. And this manual itself is pretty darn thick. Is this thing like crazy expensive like every other Working Design game? No, not really. It's like a $20 game. But it just looks awesome. Just looks gorgeous. And for the price we were going to grab it, I really wanted it. I'm pretty sure they did. Was it $1? Yeah. Right. So I'm looking here. The 3DS games were $3 each. The DS games were $2 each. And everything else we've shown, the PS2 and the Xbox games, Teen Titans, all $1 each. All right. These, I believe she did for 75 cents each. Okay. And then, of course, there's the one PS1 game that this guy was sitting on. The jaw-droppingly hard to find Persona 2. Persona 2. It's complete. Although it needs another case, but that's okay. We've got 10 million Gran Turismo's cases we can salvage for that. Scavenge for that. Manuals in here. Got the disc. I think it's a 2-discer. Yeah, this says game disc. In pristine condition. This disc says game disc. What does the other one say? Let's take a look. Persona 2 Eternal Punishment bonus disc. Who knows? But it's all in here, black and white, clear as crystal. We're going to get her a new case. It's shocking what this game goes for. It's shocking. And we got it for $1. I'll leave it to you if you really care to look up the price. This is just not something you find every day. Not at all. Not at all. Way to go, Alice. So there you go. At the end of the day, all of it totaling up, this came up to around $35. We're on that? Yeah, $35.85. I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at this. Welcome back to the high seas, my friends. Welcome back to the high seas. All right, there we go. Killer. Can't wait to get that Persona 2 fixed up and get her in the hold. Get a couple of guards on it. Let's get back to Final Fantasy Legend. If you remember, we were a bunch of pirates sitting around in a tavern with a bunch of monsters, trying to find out the location of Azura's tower, the head bad guy, try and track him down and become heroes. Alright, let's get back to it. It's a Final Fantasy Legend 2. For God's sakes, please do not underestimate these Final Fantasy Legend games on the Game Boy. Let's get back to it. Alright. Oh, I need my headphones. What do we got? About 20 minutes left in this show? Alright. So yeah, let's talk to these guys. As you can see, these aren't your run-of-the-mill villagers. This guy on the left looks like he's a Death Knight. Guy on the right looks like he's and then maybe like a Triceratops and some other dinosaur. Just for fun, let's pump these guys for information. Azura's Tower is in Eastern Sandstorm. I am right. All right. Well, thanks. Azura's Tower is in Southern Sandstorm. This is it. Azura's Tower is in the Western Sandstorm. I'm beginning to get a bit of a pattern here. Why is this happening? Well, we're in an occupied town, aren't we? All these guys are in cahoots with Azura. So the last thing they're going to do is tell us how to get to his enchanted tower out there in the Great Desert. Well, I need a little morale booster, so we're going to stop over here at the phonograph. We'll pick some different music. Let's see, anything piratey here? Mother Earth, that sounds terrible. Don't give up! Don't give up, that sounds good. Let's go with that. That's a little high end, but we'll go with it. Alright, so here's the bartender. Hello, refreshments for only 10 gold. We're a bunch of thirsty pirates. Absolutely, sir. Now look, he's leaning in on us. I saw a shadow of a tower in a sandstorm. It must be Azura's Tower. Go 7 to the east and 7 to the south from the cactus south of this town. We saw that cactus, didn't we? Okay, so we go south till we see cactus. Then from the cactus we go east 7 paces, then south 7 paces, and wherever we see a cactus from that spot, we go south of that cactus, and that should lead us to the tower. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Hey, Puffball, would you mind? Oh, you guys remember this? This always happens, right? Oh, he left! No, he didn't leave. He's stuck in there. Oh, come on. There's always some guy who gets stuck in the portal. Are you seeing this? Can you please? Sir. Why does this always happen? Are you kidding me? Dude, we gotta go. We got like 18 minutes here. By the way, we do have a question in the mailbag. It's coming. Thank you. Dummy. Do we need to stop at the inn? Yeah, we could take a rest. Extend a rest. I'll stay. Alright, great. Alright, does everyone remember 7 east, 7 south, right? Okay, now first we gotta find the cactus. Alright. Hodor, shoot down the bird. Mary, stab that fish in the throat. Me and Hoosier are gonna come down on this slime like hell's bells, baby. Oh, I thought I had Hoosier go for the... I thought I had Hodor go for the eagle. Oh, you did. Alright, well, he got the eagle down. Surprised Mary didn't take that fish down. Everyone come in. Oh my god, I'm out of hammer. Hammer, man! Hammer! You guys remember MC Hammer's cartoon show? Hammerman? He was a superhero? Okay, so it was 7 east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 7 south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the cactus. So now we go to the cactus. Of course, another ambush. Hodor, shoot that eagle. You were good at that. He's going bird hunting, folks. Go in with the kick this time, Mary. Maybe you can hit, rupture one of his eyeballs. Alright, double axe, double hammer. Let's do it, Hoosh. 137! 137! She popped his head off! There's guts everywhere. Coming down on him. Mary is hit with dissolve. That must be like sulfuric acid. Yikes. Don't worry, we'll be able to fix that. Fire him. Shoot him out of the sky. Nice shot. Come down on this slime. I don't know why you're shooting I mean, it worked, but who would shoot an arrow with a slime? That's ridiculous. That makes no sense. No, I'll pass on the barracuda. I'll show you what happens if I eat the barracuda meat. Since we're pirates, alright? We'd probably eat this stuff regardless, right? Let's see. Who's hungry? Hoosier would totally eat this. Nothing happened. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's, round of potions on me. Hoosh. Or Hodor and Hoosier. And then I'll give one to Mary. It's a round on me. Round of heals on me. We'll save. And if we're right, we should just be able to go south and we'll find the tower. Of course. Whoa, is that a walking rock? I've never seen these guys before. Alright. I'm definitely going to shoot the werewolf. I think we have silver bullets. Mary, you're going to go for the wolf too. I can't see you stabbing rock. And then I guess the pebble is on me and Hoosh. We're going to have to come down on the rock guy. I think there's three wolves out there, because wolves, they travel in packs. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Me and Hoosier are... Oh, you missed? Oh, Hodor, you gotta shoot better than that, baby. He recovered MP. How did he do that? Hodor's not looking good. He's gonna defend. Mary really needs to make some damage happen here. I'm gonna cure Hodor with a potion. And then Hoosh, gotta get that pebble down, man. Strike true, my friend. Alright, there goes one of the were-rats. Hoosier, 8 damage? Really? That's not good. Oh, good job, Hodor. Hodor totally defended those guys enough time for me to heal him. But I barely got any heal on him. You're going to continue to tank there, Hodor. Mary, keep working away at the rats. I think I may be able to hammer the pebble, and then Hoosier, I want you to start going for the rats. That axe just isn't working on the pebble. So we'll get a spring. Alright, there goes one rat, one more left. I'm barely hitting that guy. If only we had some magic. Shoot. Raz, you heal Hodor. And then let's keep shooting that last rat. Finish him off, Hoosh. That a boy. Wow, 40 for the bash. Alright, guys. Start, I don't know, just chop away at him. Kick it. Yeah, I think kicking is going to be better than rapier. I'll heal up Mare. Then one more shot with the bow. That bow's probably not going to do anything. There she goes. She's done. Alright, we got 10 minutes left in the show here. Let's just reach that tower here. Hodor, have some food. Have some meat. He's from Texas. There it is! Is this it? No, this is a different town. You see that? There's the tower. Wow. I'm gonna save here. Looks like we found ourselves another town. Is there an inn to stay at? There is. That's a perfect place to stop. Oh, the sand. Are you seeing this? The sand is so heavy here that we can't see anything around us. Only what's right in front of our face, practically. Alright, heal me up, baby. We'll save. You guys want to see what they're selling here? Let's see. That's what it's all about, right? We gotta go see what they're selling. Is there a weapon shop? Let's see what we got. What do you got to sell? Alright, side knife, we've seen that. Kick, stun gun, Colt 45, axe, a saber. Oh! Now, if that's not a pirate weapon, I don't know what is. We're gonna grab one of those probably for Hodor, because he's been working with long swords. A battle axe. Yeah, we're gonna get Hodor a saber. Even though I'm the one who needs a freaking weapon, we're giving it to Hodor, because I see him rocking a saber and a Colt. He's really pirated up. So that's how I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this out. You know, I'm gonna continue to go for the piratey weapons, because that's just the way I want to play Final Fantasy Legend 2. And that's only one of hundreds of ways you can explore this massive world with your friends. Put your friends in there. That's what makes these games interesting. You're like, oh my god, Raz, all we're doing is ramming on that button over and over. You're right. But if you're willing to put in the imagination, if you're willing to think, man, I wonder what would it be like to be in charge of a cadre of pirates. You know? It can be really, really fun. Can I get my hat? Alright, we're reaching the end of our voyage here in the Great Desert. We're ready to hit that inn and take a little snooze with our friends. But before we do that, by all means, let's head over to the bag that tells no tales. This is the part of the show where you guys get to steer the ship a little bit and ask a question. Alright? Let's see what we got here. We got two of here. Okay, this one comes from Dark-Haired Beauty. Nice to see you again, Dark-Haired Beauty. Thanks for the question. She writes, Dear Cap'n Raz, did Cap'n Pike survive the fire? That's an interesting question, Dark-Haired Beauty. That's a very interesting question. If you don't know your Gaming Galleon lore, I didn't always own this pirate ship. I won it in a game of Street Fighter 2 with another captain. Well, I wasn't a captain at the time. He was. He'd had a little too much grog to drink, and he bet his pirate ship that he could beat my Dulcim. Big mistake. Suffice it to say, I won. He got a little hot under the collar. We put him in one of the what are they called? The brig. Slammed him in the brig. And then we were like, this is awesome. We have a pirate ship. And got so wrapped up in adventures and, you know, tricking the thing out and looking for booty, we kind of forgot about him. Fast forward quite a bit of time, and we start to smell something down in the brig. And all that's left of this guy is his bones. Now, you may have seen him in one or two episodes sitting back here with, you know, one of those beer helmets on, or maybe up in chains. That's what we do with old Pike when he was around. You know, we wanted him to still be a part of the ship. It's the least we could do. But, you know, when the fire happened, I wasn't here. So, I don't really know what made it in and out of the Galleon. Out of the captain's quarters. And I'm pretty sure Pike was in there. But if there was any trace of him, no one ever told me. So all I can say is, did Captain Pike make it out of the fire? That is unknown at this time. At least it's unconfirmed. I mean, he's got to be gone. He's just a bunch of bones, right? I mean, what did he do? Like, you know, get into like hit a warp zone? I don't know. Anyway, if you have a question for the Gaming Galleon, you can write it to gaminggalleon@gmail.com. You can whisper it. You can write it late in the night in the mess hall. Not thinking it will ever make the show. And maybe, just maybe, Cap and Raz may be watching. And you may take that question and hold it for just the right day. Alright, well thanks a lot everybody. God, it's so good to be back. I think we had a great time. It is time to wrap up though. It's time to head back to Indianapolis. And for another 6 days be real people again. But let me tell you something. On that 7th day, my friends, we be pirates once again. Until next time. Well and adieu to ye fair Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for to sail the great deserts. And lo, nevermore shall we see ye again. Keep your powder dry, mateys.